Hello. So let's sort this flat. So for everyone watching, welcome. Right, we're going to do a super quick flight flying from Birmingham in the West Midlands. And let's just pick us a spot here. And we'll fly down to Dublin. EIDW. Software for the Fenix. So the aircraft I'm going to be flying is the A321 by the is it Fenix, I think it is, or Fenix. Brilliant aircraft. Closest thing I've flown to something that I think would be the real thing in the world. It's absolutely brilliant. I'd recommend it if anybody who's starting flight sim to use that and get learning. They do pretty fair price compared to the other kind of airplanes that you can buy. Booted. Right, let me just load in. Welcome everyone who's just joining. This is my first stream on TikTok, so bear with me. I might have a few technical issues. We'll see how we get on. Right, let's have a little look then. So, do a quick little walk around. So we've got this lovely Wizz Air livery on at the moment. I'm not sure how we're getting on the plane with them stairs, so he's going to sort it out for us. But yeah, this is the A321 by Fenix. Brilliant aircraft to fly. Would highly recommend anybody who's just either getting into flight sim or has flight sim and doesn't have this bundle of aircraft yet. It is absolutely brilliant. I really enjoy flying them, and they help massively in terms of learning how to fly and to use. So, further ado, let's get into the cabin. So, I will do a bit of a how-to starter guide. So, when you first get in the aircraft, you will see it is absolutely pitch black in here. There is a nice little green button up here. If you press that, that'll make everything kind of wake up as such. And then we can just turn the brightness up here so it a little bit. So this little dial here, which is the overhead integrated lighting, if you turn it up, it should turn everything up for you. Then we have all these lovely white buttons and a blue button here. This is the ground power unit powering us, so this is what's turning the aircraft on. All of these currently are off, so let's just turn them all on so they all go out. And these are the batteries, so these are the fuel pumps. It's just allows the aircraft to regulate fuel. Turn that off. Like I say, I'm not perfect at this, so I may do things wrong, so apologies if I do. And then if you put that up, that's just the aircraft doing a bit of a test. There are some more light bits here, so if you turn that, that'll turn that up, that will turn the lighting up, and there's another one here that turns the cabin up a little bit. Right, so first things first, let me just get a flight plan to Dublin. So I use SimBrief for all my flights. I was using Navigraph, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really use that sim or anything at the moment. Kind of like using kind of Beyond ATC, or a really good one I've used recently is Same Tensions. Absolutely brilliant compared to like all the other ones. It feels like you really talk to ATC, talk to the cabin, talk to the ground, talk to ATC for all your flights. It will do direct routes, it will give you heading predictions and weather and all sorts, and even make you go around, and it's really, really good. If you have to direct things, it will reply pretty well, pretty cheap as well. I haven't bought it personally yet. I did have a bit of a trial. I'm still in two minds whether to just use that or go back onto VATSIM. But for this flight, I'm not using any ATC. I am solely just literally going to have a nice drive down to Dublin. Right. Flight plan out. So, edit. Right, so it's got us taking off runway 15 from Birmingham and then landing at 10 left to Dublin. We will be going out on the Love You 1 Yankee departure. I'll love them, and then coming in by the Bags 3 Romeo approach. We'll go for that one. Right, so that's loading up. So now if I turn on the iPad, go to the Fenix app, I've got SimBrief attached to this, so once I've created a flight plan, I should take this, it downloads it so you can see there, so it'll set up, it'll tell you how long I've got, so it's saying 34 minutes, I'm not going to wait around for that. Ground power unit, so when you set up this aircraft, if you haven't already got it, there are a few settings. Do have a look at them, because one of them is to attach the ground power unit when you access the aircraft. If you don't, you could have a bit of an issue, because then you have to ask GSX to connect it. Sometimes it can be a bit fiddly. I've had a few issues definitely where GSX has said it's connected but the plane hasn't connected, and I've been kind of sat here in limbo, had to start, messing with settings. But yeah, so all of those are on. Let's have a look. So this will load everything, so resend that, check out my load sheet, load it, we'll load it via JSX.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Load the aircraft, send that to my MCDU, and then we'll go through setting this up in a minute.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask
setting this
to
up.
fuel.
So, just back to the overhead panel, setting it up, you have this light here that says off. Let's see if we can get a bit closer to it. Right, so this is the emergency lighting. Now we need to set this to arm. That makes that lovely light go off. Then we need to turn this navigation and logo onto 1. Strobe up 1 to auto. If you do it again, it just goes fully up. But auto, that basically means it's armed. As soon as we get to a certain point, you can turn itself on. Don't need to touch any of these. And then when we start the engines, we'll turn the beacon on at the ground. The crew know that the engines are powered for safety. Then we want to put auto smoke to auto, seatbelts to on, and then that's basically the overhead panel for the moment. Actually, sorry, there is one more thing. APU. Now, we have to start this aircraft, and I have missed one more vital thing that we really need to do.
Fuel truck is in position.
To start the aircraft.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Right, will she interrupt me? To start the aircraft, you have to activate the APU. So you have this thing here called master switch. You press on that, wait 5 seconds, and then click start. This will go blue. Now, eventually, that will go green once the APU is booted up and started and whatnot. And if you go back of the aircraft, you can actually sometimes hear it starting. It'll power up in the back of here, so it'll shoot out. So that's that. Hello everyone, thank you for just joining. I'm sorry if I'm a bit rusty on this. This is literally my first stream.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the
If you've already got any suggestions for me, do let me know. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you. Right, let's carry on with the setup. So that will turn green when the aircraft is ready to start. At the moment, we're not in that phase. And then once it is green, we simply just hit that, which will turn on the APU fully, let the aircraft start, and then you press this one, and then that kills the ground power unit, and then the airplane basically takes over and starts powering itself. One vital thing I have missed, if I just go back, is the ADARs. This is navigational system, so you have to turn all these onto nav. The aircraft will then, just zoom in, you will then see a little message saying IR in a line 7 minutes. That basically means the rear of the plane, if anyone does not know, I'm sorry if you do know this, the antennas in here, the little radar signal that helps you see other aircrafts, weather, all that kind of stuff, your long and lats, height, everything. It basically aligns them all. This. Ooh. Cool. So let's get into setting this aircraft up on the computer screen here. So if you click on FMGC, get that, go to program, we are flying to Dublin, so EIDW. Click this because we've got a link to SimBrief and it should pull things through, hopefully. Did have an issue this the other day. Didn't want to do it, I don't think it's going to do it for me. Oh, it's done it. Clear that, and then if I just go to SimBrief, so we are postcode 34. And we're flying at an altitude of 24,000 feet. And then we are DHO 3. Digital DHO is basically my own little airline that I'm trying to create. I am trying to create some liveries, so if I'm getting any suggestions, let me know. So this is all set up now, so this is the initial page. So now if I go to a flight plan, it should pull all that information through. So we are going to be taking off from runway 15. Got the Love You 1 Yankee departure. Insert that. That will then, once this is all set up, it will sort itself out. We're going to go to Dublin, arrival, 10 left by the just double check. Ah, yes, no, it's this one. Bags 3 Romeo. So that's that set. Now, just check this. So we don't have all this in yet. Set up in a second. Program is set. Let's just do this. So everything with this aircraft, brilliant. Means I don't have to calculate things and get really technical. But I can literally just load the sheet, pre-select all the various bits I need. So backs are off, block config, sync it with the weather, calculate it, boom, done. Now just click send, and then if I click back on performance, sweet, all done. And then if we close through the panels to the next bit, so Q and H. So check weather. 10:24. Arrival. Is also 10:24. So on our approach, should that on there. Nose. Temperature is about. What is the temperature? It is 8 degrees. Then we are gonna run a
100 above minimum.
Sorry. Right, so this is nearly done. Won't be much longer, and then we will be done. So, all that's set, all this is set, all that is set. Perfect. Let me just check one or two things. So we're waiting that. No, this is literally my my first live stream. So I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot. Just trying to show anybody that doesn't kind of know how to set these planes up. The Fenix aircraft A321 is pretty complicated, so just want to show it's actually not that complicated. I don't know much about piloting. I've learnt all my stuff through kind of flying this aircraft, so appreciate everyone who's joining. So for anyone who's joining, we are going to be hopefully going. I'm just waiting for the radars to align, and then we'll get going. But we're going to be flying from Birmingham on runway 15, then landing in on runway 10 left into Dublin. So it should be a nice smooth flight. Don't anticipate much wind over there. There is a I think there's much wind around. Let me actually check the weather radar. Just check what it's going to say. Right, let's start getting a move on. So we're across our departure. We've got a minute, so it should just let us go. So let's sort out the radars now. Sort of
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So sort this out. So that on. No, that on auto, that on auto, that on. Should turn that on there, and then come over this side, make sure that one's in the middle.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin
all the way to
inserted.
the right, and then up one, and then this one all the way over. I don't mess with any of this stuff. Zoom out a little bit. Hopefully this will. Departure altitude from Birmingham is 6,000 feet. Trust me, if you do fly on VATSIM, please make sure you stick to that, because I've done it where I've taken off and I've had one of the controllers proper tell me off and be like, what are you doing? You're going to crash into another aircraft? I'm like, oh my god, I'm just here for fun. So sometimes why I don't like flying on VATSIM, because if you are learning, it's good that they do tell you. They are friendly, they are brilliant, they will help you if you need help. If you send them a message, they'll send you a message back. But I recommend kind of jumping on it every now and then, but yeah, stick to the rules, because they will tell you off. And I've had pilots actually send me messages on it saying you've gone another one way. It can be a nightmare sometimes. Right, so radars are on, everything's on here. Let's turn this on. Right, that is that. So so we're going to turn the APU on there. It's all set. Let's get these down. Wait for these. Turn that on there. Then all those doors are closed. Then we're leaving that a little bit early. Finish a little bit. Then the ILS. Continue pushback. Face west.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I'll try and get you.
Cabin
Nice
crew,
engines.
arm doors and cross-check.
See if we can hear the engines. It's good aircraft sounds this aircraft is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you, as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A321.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Emergency exits on this
Give these
aircraft.
the all clear.
The cabin crew
Cockpit to
is
ground.
now pointing
We have a good
towards
engine start.
its nearest
You can disconnect.
And then we'll
Please
start
be
engine number
aware
2.
that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on. And we
Unlocking
recommend
gear.
you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally.
It's got really nice sounds this aircraft is. I really like
Tow
it.
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Put on your own mask before
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Land on water. Take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it or needs topping up, blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The cabin crew can assist you with life jackets for your children. Your tray table must now be stowed. Armrests down.
Perfect. Let's just double check this. So, all set. We know where we're going. This is all done. This is all set up. Alright, let's get some lights on. We're on taxiing. We're not on the runway yet. Make sure our cabin crew are all happy. Light up. Just go into our comms menu. Because so it's just telling us what our weight is. That normal, that brake set.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Right, let's just taxi down. So normally at this point, I would normally come back to him and just say, look, I'm going here, can I have this, blah blah blah. Give him the information, Echo, Delta, Alpha. Be clear you push and start, and so on. Thanks everyone for sending gifts. We've got a couple of planes coming in as well. And normally would fly EasyJet livery. Unfortunately, the only livery I could find that would work in my sim was actually a Wizz Air one. On that centre line. See there, the radar's in its job. More traffic coming in. Go down a little bit. Taxi speed's a bit high. So you got your taxi speed, got your ground speed. A bit fast. Unfortunately, I can't get that far back in the plane. Welcome everyone if you're just joining. I'll try and see if I can get it for you in the next one. So supposedly, apparently, Microsoft have now implemented, or even there's a new plugin through one of the tools I use that embeds through Microsoft. It now allows you to actually see live at arrivals. So some of these planes coming in are actually aircraft either just landing or have landed in the last 5 minutes. Thank you everyone for the loves and the gifts. I am running on a single screen, so I can't see everything at the moment. I'm having to click back through, but while we're waiting for this aircraft to come in, I'll look. Yeah, Neo's are brilliant on fuels. So Neo stands for Next Generation Engines. They're brilliant. They are a lot brilliant. Being used on a lot more routes or airlines. They're basically the new 737 MAX. Bit better. Thank you everyone for the loves. Just waiting for one more aircraft to come in. And then we can go. So that there is basically that there is basically saying they are currently 1,500 feet above me, because it's got a plus next to it, and they're descending down. That's why you got the little diamond with the arrow going down. So they're coming down towards my air level. I might need to actually wait for them to come in a bit closer than I thought. Thank you everyone, welcome. If you're just joining, thank you for the gifts and the loves. If you do like this type of content, do drop me a follow. I'll try and jump on more often. Any routes that anybody wants to see, any kind of types of landing, different aircraft, let me know. Sort it out. that a little bit. So train on. That on. Click on. So where to go. 1 and 2 off. There he is, going to land. I think we should be. Yeah. Let's get lined up. Go away a minute for that aircraft to get a bit closer down the runway. Near there, we nearly can take off. Thank you everyone for the roses and the gifts and the love. Like I said, it's my first stream, so thank you everyone. Having a gift off. Right, I think we're all good to go, so let's get on. Give it a little bit of juice. I'm not sure what that plane's doing. Try and fly this as much as I can. Let's put around this corner. So these little pegs here, basically, at the moment we're flaps 2. So once we get past that, flaps 1, and the aircraft will start climbing itself, so we won't need as much lift. Just fire a bit across there. At this point, this is where you normally feel that horrible sinking feeling when your ears start to pop. It's just literally the aircraft that's just adjusting. And turn these back on. So all it is, literally, aircraft just leveling off. So that's why normally you feel that horrible feeling. This curve, we can then do an open climb and go up to our intended altitude of 24,000 feet. Dublin's quite short, so you get there literally 24,000 feet and you pretty much are descending. You then setting up for a descent. Let's go 24,000. Just allows the aircraft to climb a little bit. Welcome everyone if you just joined in. Thank you everyone for gifts and loves. open climb. Basically telling the aircraft I want to go to this altitude. Turn this off. Corner, we'll whack the autopilot on and let the plane take over a little bit. Hopefully it should go for clouds. It does a bit, yeah. It literally is just one gear. Welcome everyone, welcome if you're just joining, thank you for the loves and the gifts. So now we are just literally getting up to our cruise altitude, 24,000 feet. Once we get there, we'll then pretty much be setting up to ascend into Dublin. Shouldn't be a long flight, hopefully. Just turn this off. So typically we run the chrono when you take off. Reasons why, if there's an incident, it's basically the time, you record it, how long it took, how long was this, what time did the engine blew out, 6 minutes into 5 we lost an engine, that's why they do it. And then you usually hear the chime, it's 10,000 feet, just because anything can happen below it, so it's just a bit of a safety limit. Another aircraft ahead of us. Far ahead compared to us. No, it's too far ahead. So, we're in our climb phase. We're not ready to descend yet. Let's go through the one. So, we're going to hit quite up to 25 feet, like that. So, next page. So, what's going to happen next? We'll obviously descend. It's all managed and done, so it's a cruise. Descent, all managed, it knows what it needs to do, and then approach. So Phil, block this out. I'm not, but it's saying at roughly 12,300 we should have a visual approach, so we should be able to see the runway, so it shouldn't be too cloudy down there. To transition flight level of 5,500, and then this is just the bar open. So if I wish the aircraft to land itself, we basically set radio 50, that's the frequency for it, and that basically let the aircraft land itself. Temperature down there is 8. QNH, basically the reference to ground, weather, altitude, pressure, basically means it will adjust this up altimeter. It means the more windy, could be anything, rain. So yeah. Welcome everyone if you're just joining. Thank you for all the gifts and the loves. It's really appreciated. Do drop us a follow if you do like this content. Just cruising now. This, so we're going to climb. So we go to the cabin. say, I really like this aircraft. It's brilliant. Love the Airbus aircraft, especially the Fenix team. They've done a fantastic job. Thanks everyone if you've shared this. Share the stream. If you follow, if you do like this hot content and want to join again in the future, it's always appreciated. I'm trying to grow my channel, so all your support is really appreciated. So anything you want me to do next, let me know, drop me a message, drop me a follow. Yeah, hoping to set up for YouTube at some point, start doing more videos on there. I have got a channel at the moment, but once it's all set up, I'll share it, and then I'll just jump on some Twitch as well. I will be on a various different platforms, but I will try and do a lot of TikTok. But do drop us a follow, and thank you again for everyone who's been watching. If anything you want to know about the aircraft, if you're just new into flight sim, if you're new to the Airbus and want to know a bit about how to set it up, let me know. I'll do a how-to guide. To start my videos, I'll always try and tell you how to start one. I know people probably know how to do it. Sometimes it is quite complicated, it is frustrating. There is a shortcut you can press, it just turns everything on, but there's no fun in that. So, flight level 24. Touching a line here a bit, so we want to reduce speed. So we'll do a bit of a so it's not the autopilot off. It's not happy at the moment because I've told it to do a speed and it's not the autopilot off. Now it's going to just slow me down to 320 knots. It should send me about flight level 24. I think this happens. As I've looked at the aircraft, for some reason it's turned my autopilot off. Terrain radar off. Weather. Thank you everyone for the gifts and the loves. And welcome if you are just joining. Please do give us a follow. Cruising along now, so we should hopefully be entering approach. We are going to be landing on runway 10 left at the moment, is what's been predicted for us. So yeah, we'll have a look at that and get a bit closer. Is anybody new to flight sim? Anybody try flying any of the Fenix stuff? Any opinions on it? welcome everyone if you just join in. Do drop us a follow. Currently we're flying at flight level 24. Tell you what, I've put this back to its wardrobe pre-select speed. Should turn the engine on a little bit now. So let's have a look where we are on our journey. We've got the flight plan. We're currently at wall. Let's scroll up. Let's go down. We've got a few. So let's get here. We will then start to descend. The time is 23:18, which is this time, so in about 10 minutes time or so we'll be descended into lovely island, Dublin. We've got our first officer here, although I don't think I think he's a bit camera shy. Let's not look at him. That's the spokesman of all flight. That's why I need you guys to help cheer me on. Welcome everyone if you're just joining in. Thank you for the love. So, as you can see on here, we're currently coming up to something called ETP, which is the equal time point, I believe it is. So basically, what that means is it would take it the same amount of time from that point to turn around. So it's basically the critical decision point. So usually on long haul flights there'll be an ETP point. If something goes wrong with the aircraft, usually at that point they'll decide, right, can't go any further, we have to turn around. If you go past that point, that's it, they're carrying on. So we're coming in now, so let's have a look at our thing. So we're going to go past that critical point, and now destination data being entered. It's just missing a few little details, so that basically means on this page it just wants various things like magnitude being there is a cool little thing we can do on the init page. Ignore that as blank. For some reason it's blank. But if we go to wind, which would have done it. So if we go to flight plan and then go across, it should tell me a wind, but it hasn't. Hasn't been through. I'm not sure why that hasn't downloaded. But we are getting close, so we're 161 miles per hour point. Fuel wise, we're good. We've got 1,330 kg. Burning 45 kilograms per minute. This is the side there, temperature 16. Good. Start to turn it. There's England. The rare down there, flying nicely. We'll turn lots of a little bit in here. There we go. Thank you everyone. If you're just joining, thank you for the love, thank you for the heart, for the gifts. Do drop us a follow. Like I say, it is my first stream, so if there are any suggestions, anything you want to know, something isn't right, just let me know. I'll try and get it sorted for the next stream. Roughly about 20 minutes. Well, yeah, about 20 minutes, sure. I'm going to be descending roughly in about the next 5. So it should be descending in about 5 minutes. I'll be setting up the aircraft for that in a second. Welcome everyone, if you're just joining, thank you for all the love and the hearts, and do drop us a follow. So, through, it's fine. Have a look on the radar where we are. I'd love to be a real pilot. Just better look at the window and not scroll like that. It'd be amazing. First, I haven't really thought. I don't even know what his name is. He just jumped in the first officer seat. Anybody get suggestions for names for him? He's pretty new, but he'll be joining me on all my flights. Should we call him Bob? Go Bob. Not much longer, and then we'll be able to sort it. Then we'll set the aircraft up for land, but I am going to land it, cheat a little bit. I know how pilots get rated on a landing, so I want to make sure this one's perfect. There guys. Has anybody ever been to Dublin before? Let me know what you think of the place. Quite nice. Me and my wife went there for one of our anniversaries and we really enjoyed it. Really cool places to go and eat and drink. The factory's brilliant if you're into that kind of thing. Highly recommend it. I think as we flew off, as we took off, we came over Staffordshire, up to Manchester, and then round by Liverpool, and then just started crossing over the ocean to Dublin. We sort of go up by Northern Ireland, and then we should turn back round into Dublin, the approach on runway 10 left. Can't tell you the wind at the moment. The wind has suddenly disappeared off my paddle. Tips on there now. Now it's showing. So that wind is at 2 knots. Shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully it'll be a nice smooth landing. Many clouds, doesn't look like there's many clouds. It's saying that we should see the runway at about 5,000 feet, so should hopefully be smooth. Welcome everyone if you are just joining. If anyone's got any questions or anything they want to know, or new to flight sim, or even old to flight sim, or want to ask me any questions or give me any suggestions or any advice, do let me know. Welcome everyone. Thank you again for the love, all the presents and gifts you're giving me. Do drop us a follow. I'll try and make these more regular thing. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, any places you want to see me land. Let me know. I really do appreciate it, especially because this is my first stream, so I really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Should hopefully be landing in the next 15 minutes. Should be starting our ascent in the next 3 minutes. Should be arriving again. Runway 10 left. It's such a nice view out that window. Sorry guys, just looking on my other screen at the moment, well, say other screen, I'm just on the TikTok live studio screen at the moment, seeing what you guys are saying. Thank you again everyone for the gifts. Right, let's have a look where we are. So, we are now at the point of descent. We're now on the backside. It wants us to, let me look, should give us, it's just, yeah, so it wants us now to go to 17,000 feet. So what we will tend to do is set what I want it to go to for 2,000. Set mode goes in, should start to go into it. And then we'll get down to Dublin. Ooh, got a complete message. It wants more drag, so let's pull the speed brake out a little bit. So just want to know if there's delay. There's no delay. At 8,000, because that's what's programmed, but we can override that. Sky looks lovely. you think, Bob? I don't know if I can take it serious calling him Bob. Oh, he looked at me. Definitely a Bob. We'll call him Bob. Don't think Bob wants to talk. What? Cheers, Bob. Right, so let's zoom out a little bit. Airport on. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't like this little bendy bit here, so when we get to Delta Whiskey 866, I'm actually going to take over, try and establish a localizer and guide directly in. Just put this bit out, should be okay. Good. So, 64 miles. Estimated to arrive at 23:43. So literally 20 minutes. Sorry if I said 15 minutes. Thought it would be a bit quicker than that. I think it's because of this corner. I might be able to put some off, so I should put 5 minutes off just doing that. Again. Right, so we'll start making our approach now. So send down. Thank you everyone for the love. Thank you everyone if you're just tuning in. Thank you for the follows. Welcome everyone if you're just joining. Right. So we're currently down at 8,000. So where it wants us to go next. So 8,000 all the way down to D5, so there. Actually, tell you what, when I get to here, I'm probably going to take over this end. Yeah, I might do that. Take over this end because I want to make sure I line up for the localizer and I'm not too high. Yeah, we'll do that. What do you think, Bob? Cheers for your input. try and manual it to here. Or I might even just do a direct to. Who does? Looks like in the cabin. Such a nice aircraft. I am going to make it now. I'm going to open the send down to that. Now, I watched the pilot video and they said not every aircraft A320 has it, A321 has it apparently, but if you press on this little button over here, it will give you the meters to where you are on the ground. I can't remember the exact calculations. But you can actually calculate when you should start your descent a lot easier. Is it below 10,000? I'm going to now put that on. QNH should be 1024. Should adjust my altitude. Just going full time actually. Thank you everyone if you are just joining, welcome. Thank you for the love, thank you for the follows. Do give us a follow if you wish to see more stuff like this. Anything you want to see, let me know. Sort this out then. Then we change the name to Silent Bob. Is aviation levels top tier, speaking level 0. Let's go down. Open descent. Right, so we're not going to complete this corner, we are going to go to there and then I'm going to do a direct to there. It's not going to like it, but so we'll take over heading mode, send us a bit more. Right. While it's doing that, let's get the aircraft ready for approach. Approach. Fine, it's fine. Leave 10. Visual approach, 12 knots. Cool. So we are now in approach mode. We're going to go a little bit further. Then we'll do a left turn. Activate this, so approach, single, cat 3, ILS. Nav. Keep on there because camera crew torches in a minute. ILS. Turns on the frequency for the ILS localizer. And let's turn. That's 1 and 2. Lights on. Get this started just in case. So get APU started. Screwed it up a little bit, yeah. Yeah, APU started. Alright, do that. So, let's more directly to that. Hopefully this should establish us to the runway. Thank you everyone for the loves and the gifts. Do drop me a follow. Up runway. APU's on, all lights on, seatbelts on, cabin crew alerted, check. A little bit. So, right, set, auto brake on, below. Down, go to flaps 3, and then we should be all set up for landing. Then we'll look in the cabin. Change seats. Oh, there we go. Vinny, if you're here, I managed to get to 12. Go on, to get to 19. Yeah, the window. there's the runway. Establish. So we're now establishing a localizer. That's gonna
2,500.
beam us in, start to descend us now, and then just before we get close, I'll take over and do the best landing ever. What do you think, Bob? Think I can do it? Thanks. I think he's shy. Right, so let's go down. Make our approach now into runway 10 left. See right ahead of us. Aircraft's all set up. We did skip half of our journey as I found a bit of a quicker route. Frankly, instructed to initial start, so if we do have an engine fail, so it'll auto try and restart it. So any minute now it should hopefully establish the glide slope. So you can see very in the distance you've got those two, so I can't think off the top of my head the name of them, but basically we're currently coming in nicely to land, so it shouldn't be too much. We're on basically in line with the runway, altitude and whatnot. There we go, glide slope. So this is basically like a diamond, imagine a square from one point to another, from bottom corner to top corner, diagonally. Is basically what the aircraft's going to do now. Slowly descend down, and then we'll be flaps free. Start our timer. Right, I am going to try and land this myself. This boost well doesn't seem that bad. Hopefully I can get this landing perfectly and I don't just slam it. A bit of a Ryanair landing. Although we are landing in Ireland, it's a flagship for Ryanair, so probably won't get hated on if I just slam it in Dublin. Let's try and keep in line with this now. Bit of wind. I'm going to go flaps 4. And flaps 4. Spoiler. Everything's all ready. Just nice, easy glide now. Still on target. That's it, nice and easy. It's about 9 9 degrees headwind. Oh, sorry, 9 degrees, 9 mile per hour headwind. Should push us back to 8. We're 126 knots. Horrible wind and just to the final second pushes me off. There.
1,000.
Check. Nicely coming in. Thank you everyone for all the loves and follows. If you do like this type of stuff, do drop me a follow. Should be live again tomorrow. Another video. Try and fly somewhere really nice during the day.
500.
See if I can butter this. See if I can butter it. See all right land. On target. Should be a nice landing here. Oh, it's going to be a Ryanair landing.
Hundred above. 100. Minimum 40.
Okay. Can you
30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Oh, we butted it. I think we have. Decel. Buttered it. I think that's actually the best land I've done in this aircraft. Dublin. Thank you everyone for the loves and for the gifts. Do give me a follow. Let me know if you like this. Can't promise every landing is going to be that smooth. That is actually probably the best landing I've done so far. But yeah, let's get parked up. We'll get the plane all deboarded. Thank you everyone for the gifts, thank you for the roses, thank you everyone. And I think that's good enough. Perfecto. Let's get that connected. Chucked on. That on. And then shut into it. I had the one down even. On. We'll start at
Recording requested.
Thank you everyone for the gifts, thank you for the follows, thank you for the roses and the loves. Hope you all enjoyed that. And thank you again for tuning in on my first live. Hope you actually enjoyed it. Let me know what else you want to see. The doors. Still in the open that door. I have kind of out the other way. Did Wizz Air actually fly to Dublin? I don't think that's Wizz Air. I don't think we've seen a Wizz Air before. I have to check that. Yeah. Now, if we turn on this little light here. Set that back down to that. That can go back to 100. It's all good.
Passengers boarding starting.
Perfect. Because we got the ground power on, we don't need the ADW on. And then open this. Leave a little letters and a little walk around. Thank you. Bob, want to come say goodbye? Nope. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the loves, thank you for the roses, thank you for the hearts. Really appreciate it. Do let me know where you want to see me fly next. Tend to be based at Birmingham. If anybody is on Flight Sim and would like to fly with me, I do have a company on New Sky called Digital Hawks Flight Operations, basically my name on TikTok. If you wish to fly with me, I do have a fleet of aircraft that I'm setting up. I am looking to create a livery, so I don't have to use Wizz Air and various other things. I tend to fly the Fenix A320 set of aircrafts. I just think they're really nice. One aircraft I do like is the 787. Such a nice aircraft, sounds amazing on the sim. But really, well, I wouldn't say complicated. It's pretty easy to start up and get going in it. The MCDU is a bit complicated to set up. Maybe I do a flight on that if that's what you want to see. Kind of flight on that. Will put out a post for my next live tomorrow. Send me suggestions where you think I should fly to next. So flying out of Birmingham. We're doing Innsbruck if you lot want to see it. See how we get on. I have had some fun flights into Innsbruck again. It's quite a challenging approach. It is apparently a captain's only landing, so usually rookies don't fly in there, so could be a learning curve for myself. Never flew the A321 into there, that's for sure. So it goes. But do let me know. Do share this, give me a follow, and yeah. Well, I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you everyone for all the love. Thank you for being part of my first stream. I will do another stream later today. I'll do a day flight so you can see a bit more out the windows. Any questions anyone has, any suggestions for the future content, places to fly, things to see, do let me know. I'll be happy to try and set it up. Maybe he's on Flight Sim, plenty flying together, let me know. We can sort something out. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great night and a lovely Monday. Thank you everyone, bye.